Hello there, and welcome to our ninth episode of our Poor Man's Road to Glory. This is the first non-live com video we've had since I've come back. I know I went straight into the live com one on the Friday, and I kind of went through what happened with the team in that one, but this team that I'm building right now in this episode will be like the result of that would have been the Friday, so you kind of know what happened with the team, but initially, I finished off the Kobe Mainu deep lying playmaker evolution, and I was gonna have him play as deep lying playmaker, but he's already got a box to box play style. I don't know how effective these play styles, these role play styles are, but I think it's probably better to have him in there. But as long as it's position, I think it's pretty fine with how well they play. I don't know if it improves it. I don't know if it gives an extra boost, because chemistry is the only thing from chemistry styles in which you get a boost to the stats. Now, I don't know if having the playstyle like position pluses or the position pluses make them play better, maybe a better intelligence, which I don't mind, or they play the role like exactly how it needs to be played, like as in proficiency of the role. But I've got them playstyle pluses or position pluses for Jack Taylor and Kobe Mainu. Kobe Mainu is the box to box who has replaced Gravenberch, and then Jack Taylor who has replaced Bruno Guimaraes. Initially, I did we play possession with Jack Taylor. It gives him a huge boost to his passing and dribbling, and then I put him into a next evolution, and he got improved to like a pretty good 80 overall card, like 79 physical, 73 defending, I think, like 80 passing and 80 dribbling, 80 pace, and like 75 shooting. I also did put a chemistry style on him by the end of it to improve his defending pace and physical. There is a new evolution out, the Rodri one. I'm planning to put him in that, and this is why I used Jack Taylor, because he was low rated. So I was like seeing all the evolutions, and most of them are max 83 overall, max 84 overall. So I knew I would be able to put him in another one, and I'm planning to use it on that, although it doesn't improve his stats much. But I'm not sure whether to wait for a better one to come out or if that one's going to be good enough. I have a feeling that it'll take quite a while before they release like a max 85 or 86 evolution. I don't know what happened last year because I stopped playing the game after a few months, but I intend to keep playing for quite a while this time. But the thing is, if you wait for some time for that evolution to come out, new cards will come out that are better, or new options will arise that can get you a player as good as what evolution you would have got from putting Jack Taylor into this one. So I might do it. It costs all the coins I have, though. That's also another issue. I feel like I can upgrade players in different positions and use my coins better than that. But we can make it like an evolution road to glory, I guess. Because I'm really unsure of what to do when buying players. I don't honestly try like and buy players off the market. I've always hoarded my coins and like spent on evolutions or SBCs. I prefer the luck from getting something from a pack, as in like I'd rather not choose how to upgrade my team, because the differential between the team that I have now or a player that I have now compared to one that's later on, it might not be that big. When buying from the transfer market, it might be useful though, but it's just it's rather than marginal gains, you get a big leap if you get like a good pack pull, and it's more entertaining to watch someone open packs. So I feel like it's better for content as well, maybe. But also I understand that upgrades are needed week to week. I think I've had good upgrades from week to week. We done the starter team initially, then we did Ben White the 1 week, we did Delo the other week, we did Tierney the other week, and this week that we missed out for 2 weeks, we done Kobe Mainu and then Jack Taylor. But in terms of my team, I've got a pretty strong team, but everyone's got better players. Like I was coming up against 95 Mbappe in Div Rivals you'll see on Wednesday when I upload that. But I can't compete with these players. And SBCs, I don't have enough players or fodder to put into and get some good players. There are some SBCs out like that Musa Sissoko one is pretty good, but I don't have a French team or any championship players, so I want to keep it in Premier League unless I've got a really big difference. I did open my packs on Friday though, yeah, and you would have known about the Emre Can. That was pretty nice to get. Like, I hope it would have been better if he was back at Liverpool. I might have been able to stick him into my team. And I think he's 83 overall. I don't know if you can put Centurions or like special cards into any of these evolutions. I don't know what it does to the card because it's different graphic design. It might turn into an evolution card, but now that I got Jack Taylor and Kobe Manu, and I'm thinking to upgrade Jack Taylor with the Rodri, but that will take him past 83 or 84, so I won't be able to stack another Evo on him, but we'll see what happens with that. In terms of actually talking football though, I didn't get to show you any of my predictions before the weekend that just went by, but I can talk through each of the games for a while, and then I'll probably get into league standings since this international break. We'll just look at league standings initially, and plus Liverpool have got 9 points clear at the top now. And I want to talk back to my Premier League predictions, which no one would have seen, no one would have known. In my predictions, I did say that Liverpool were second behind Man City, and I thought it was going to be close in terms of title race, and I thought Arsenal will fall off. I think I might have said it in one of the previous episodes, but Arsenal without a proper number 9, I think it was going to cause a lot of problems for them. And there was talks of them going for like someone like Tony in the summer, and they didn't get that deal done. And they're kind of getting losses in terms of like missed chances because they've got not that clinical striker in the box that can just finish anything that you put on the end of it, like a Haaland. Like, if you've got a striker that can score goals, just score goals, like no build-up, because everyone's obsessed with build-up players and build-up strikers, like what Xerxes is, well, what he's supposed to be. And I just don't like that type of striker. I prefer traditional number 9, like Højlund, like Haaland, like even Watkins is a bit of a build-up player. But that's when it's done well, and that's hard to do because you need a complete all-round player who's consistent, who's actually quite... You have to be top level. If you're going to be one of those players, it's top level or nothing. You can see with Chris Wood. Chris Wood's bagging goals now. He's pretty much a traditional number 9. He's not going to help him in the build-up. He's a target man. He's there. He's scoring goals, and he's got Nottingham Forest to what? Well, they're 5th now after this weekend, but they're all tied. There's a tie between 3rd and 6th on 19 points. And then 7th to 9th on 18 points. 10th and 11th on 16th. Bournemouth and United on 15th. I can't believe that United are 13th in the league. Like, I'm a United fan, and it's actually sad. But recent games under Rude have been good. We got points at least. We dropped points against Chelsea. We probably should have won that game. Chelsea were really bad that game. Which takes me on to maybe like Chelsea are really good. I will go through the predictions, but I had them below, I think, probably even us in my Premier League predictions, which was, you know, it seems kind of... I didn't think they would like play this well under as new manager, so you can't really... Like, it's the same thing with Slot. The only reason I thought that Slot might find it hard to battle for the title is because he's a new manager. New managers is always a rough patch, and a rough patch at the start of the season can break down your season. It can prevent you from winning the league, because dropping points early on in the season is a problem. But Arne Slot, obviously, he didn't do that. He's done well with that Liverpool team that he's inherited. I would say that the Liverpool team that inherited was a title challenger, but Klopp left, so it was always iffy about what was going to happen. But he's done very well. Salah's on form now. I think he's got 10 goals and 10 assists in all competitions. And I was speaking in another episode, with the Ballon d'Or episode, I was talking like he's so underrated. But now that he's got 10 plus 10 goals, 10 assists in all competitions, and it's only November. He's going to get the attention that he deserves. He still isn't under contract after this year. His contract finishes at the end of this year. So Liverpool really need to tie him up, because you would have thought he would have fallen off a bit by now, but he's still going very strong. Like he's playing well. He isn't losing much pace either. I don't think. I don't really get to watch him much, but he goal involvements everywhere. He's there in big games. Like he's really he's a good playmaker. Everyone used to say back in the day he used to be greedy, but he's getting assists this year. 10, as you can see, 10 plus in each, or 10 in each. I don't know which one it is. It's either. So he does pass the ball. He's pretty creative. The other week when he crossed it to Curtis Jones and he bagged, he pretty much got the assist to Nunez. He kind of lost the ball there. Well, he did lose the ball. I prefer getting assists, so I would have passed that across to Nunez. Everyone loves it when Nunez scores. He's always smiling when he scores. Like, he puts in so much work for that team. Like, he's another one. He's not exactly like Haaland, but I think he's pretty much, he's a good traditional number 9 as well. But he will help press. He will build up play well. And I think you're getting to see it this season. It might be Nunez's breakout season this season, I feel like. Or maybe next year. If he doesn't come good by next year, if he's not bagging tens of goals next year, then I think it's time to just realize that he hasn't got that potential that we thought. Going through the matches this weekend, though, considering I was talking about it there, I'll try and tell you what I would have predicted. It's kind of hard to say now. I'm going to just say, oh yeah, I would have predicted this. But the Wolves-Southampton game, I probably would have picked Wolves in that. Southampton, they just come up. It's hard, especially nowadays. With the Premier League, is this hard? What did I say? The table. The difference in the table with, like, from 3rd all the way to 13th. That's 10 spots, maybe 11. It's 11 spots, I'm pretty sure, because you do an extra one rather than actually 10. But there's only 4 points. So Man United, we're bottom half of the table, but we're actually only 4 points away from 4th, which is, it's hard to make up. It's hard to make up 4 points, especially when half the teams are playing half the teams, and that's more than half of the table. So you got to half that at least. So in terms of 6 spots, we might make it up to 7th or 8th if we win some games. But making points in this league is pretty hard, because the team needs to lose or drop points for you to gain, and you need to win every single time. So Southampton lost 2-0. I would have predicted Wolves to win that. You know me, I've been going on about Wolves. I've been predicting them to win for how long now, and they haven't shown up for me. But this time they showed up. Cunha scored a banger of a goal. Like, he was like kind of turned away from the goal as well. Rocket bang, top left. What was it? I don't know. But he rocketed it in. It didn't go supremely fast, but good finish. Caught everyone off guard, really, I think. Southampton, they're struggling. The football they play, they're not good enough to play it. They're going to have to make some sort of changes soon. West Ham, Everton, I never go to draws there, so I probably would have went for West Ham. Somerville, he missed, I think, a couple of chances that game. He did defend that one chance pretty well as well. They gave him the number 7, which is, I mean, it was pretty heavy shirt, I guess. Maybe not for West Ham, but for United it's a heavy shirt, and they gave it to Mason Mount. And the guys played about a total of probably 266 minutes or something. He's back now, though. That's another thing for United. I'm sorry to talk about United so much, but I'm actually a United fan, so this is the most I know about them, so I'm going to end up talking about them. But we've got a lot of players ready, coming back from injury. Shaw, Yarrow, Maguire, Mount's back, Mainu's back, and Amarim's in here. A lot of the players are dropping out from the England team too for other teams. I don't know if any of our players got called up for England. Rashford probably didn't, most likely. Who else do we have that's English? Shaw, he was injured. Mainu's he injured. Maguire, he was injured. Mount, he was injured. So I don't think we got any English players going to get the call up, which is good for Amrin. Potentially, he might be able to implement something, get familiar with the players at least, and hopefully he can pick the right players in his first match. Let's get back into the games. West Ham, Everton, and never go for a draw. Would have went for West Ham. I don't know who was really on top. I think this was kind of a 50-50 game. Everton had chances. West Ham had chances. No one scored. Somerville hit the post, I think. So I would have got that wrong. Would have got the Wolves one right. Brentford, Bournemouth. I probably would have went for Brentford. I think they're a better team. I think Thomas Frank is a good manager, and he did get it done. The Brentford game, I can't quite remember what happened, but I feel like Bournemouth have been on good form, and I think they played pretty well, but they nearly brought it back. They might have brought it back, but Damsgaard finished them off, I think. A high-scoring game. I mean, Bournemouth have been on clinical form recently, I'm pretty sure. They've dismantled some big teams recently. They got rid of City the other day, I think. They drew with Villa, and they got rid of Arsenal the week before that. Bournemouth, they were in good form, but Brentford still done them over. Palace, Fulham. Palace have just... It's not going well for them. They were at Sellers Park, and the red card they caught was late on, and the game was pretty much already finished. Wilson, did he get a disallowed goal, and then he scored after anyway? So Wilson has been on good form. He also he got the win against Brentford, funnily enough, on the Monday Night Football. And I mean, I think Fulham are a good team. People say they're one of the teams they can beat anyone on a good day, but I think they're consistently like a top 8 team now. I don't know where they're in the table right now. I feel like they would be top 8 in the table. They are 7th with 18 points. A lot of teams with 18 points, but yeah, I think Fulham have consolidated them now as a team. Top 8 team, top 10 team at least, just like Brentford has. Next game was the Brighton Man City game. O'Reilly with the winner really quite late on as well. And Man City have fallen apart. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They really need to sort out this Rodri issue that they got. Without Rodri, they have been playing poorly. They need to find a way around it. They need to find a fix for this. It kind of gives Rodri more deservingly the Ballon d'Or, because without him, this City team has fallen apart. 4 losses in a row. I'm pretty sure they will bounce back. They always bounce back. I still feel they'll be in the title race in April anyway. But they need to fix it quickly. Otherwise, you can say that Liverpool might end up running away with it. Talking of Liverpool, they beat Aston Villa 2-0. Pretty comfortably. It was kind of an even game, I feel like. But it always felt like Liverpool were on top, especially after that break, that brilliant break for the Nunez goal, and then the break again for the Salah goal. Salah on top form right now. The United Leicester, I didn't think it was going to go as well as the cup game. We beat them 5-2 in that game. This time we didn't concede, but it was still a 3-goal margin. Bruno Fernandes playing very well in that game. I wouldn't say he played the best. I think Agate played the best, but a goal, an assist, and pretty much an assist for the own goal, or like involvement in the own goal. He might pick up form, but I still think he can play better than what he is doing right now, playing. And maybe he just needs to rest, but the guy loves playing football. He plays 90 minutes every game for every international duty, club football. He probably even plays at the park on his free time. Nottingham, they lost their streak. They got upturned by Newcastle 3-1. An upset with the next game, Tottenham Ipswich. And to be honest, Ipswich kind of, like, they deserved it. Like, everyone's saying Tottenham, oh, how do you lose to Ipswich? But Ipswich actually played quite well, and Spurs definitely could have done more. Probably should have done more, but let's not take any credit away from Ipswich here. They played well enough to beat Spurs, and it wasn't like it was a lucky snatch and grab. They were on top 2-0. Last game was a Chelsea Arsenal game. I actually did watch a bit of this one. It was decent. It was a pretty good watch. I feel like Chelsea probably could have won this game there at the bridge. They were a bit defensive, but they were playing nice football. Arsenal could have won it there at the end, but if you don't have a proper number 9 to put that away, I mean, it's not exactly, oh, number 9 would have scored that goal, but you know what I mean. If someone had the positioning where you just say, oh, leave this guy, he's the focal area of the box, you get it to him, he scores. Because he kind of got in the way of Havertz. I think Havertz would have netted that maybe if Trossard didn't touch it. We'll have no games to react to during the international break, so I'll probably talk about Amarim on the Wednesday and maybe properly flesh out what I'm talking about with my Premier League predictions and how the title race and how the table is going to look after we come back from the break, what might happen, what it will look like. But mainly Amarim and the Premier League standings and how it's gone compared to what I thought it would do, and if I want to make any amends to what I'm thinking. That's it for now. I talked about upgrading the team quite a lot through at the start of the video, so I won't go through that now. You can see what's happened. I try and give a bit of time at the end of the episode to see what the actual lineup looks like by the end. And I did that here. It's a bit shorter, but you look through the cards here. That's kind of the whole series is about Ultimate Team. I just talk football on the side, but if you want to watch it, if you want to join in on what the Ultimate Team, with what's happening on the actual Ultimate Team building, you can, but it's more about letting me able to talk about football rather than actually just play the game, because I just rage when I play this, and that's not nice to listen to all the time. I've got enough rage on my player career mode, my manager career mode, and the Friday episodes. That's all for now, though. I'll see you in the next one. Farewell, my friends.